right, you guys. So I know today's the big day. There's going to be a lot of beta conversations, beta talk. And there was an interview that came out a few hours ago. I think maybe like 15 hours ago, maybe at some point last night. And it was with Joe Seasot and Jackie Reynolds. And they answered a few different questions, but I want to concentrate on three specifically. And they had to do with the campaign and how the entire world of Modern Warfare 4 connects. One of the questions asked that I thought was very interesting was, why put a campaign mission in the beta at all? Because this has never happened in Call of Duty history. And Seasot said in the past, Call of Duty kind of segregated our players a bit too much. And by having the campaign in the beta and having the next event online so players can play it in it as well, they get campaign players. Then they get Warzone and Ground War players in week 2. And the goal is that they're bringing everyone into this beta experience. Now, I think that's one of the most real and honest things they've said in years. I mean, they always split the community. The campaign people almost never really want to touch or even care about the multiplayer. The multiplayer people never really play the campaign. I think less so than I think the campaign people might sometimes be like, okay, I'll play a little multiplayer. But I don't think multiplayer people are ever like, yeah, I want to play the campaign. I don't. Especially now as, the years go by and new generations of people come in and play. Like, I don't really see a lot of younger kids, I don't know, that are like 10 or 9 or 11, like when I used to play Call of Duty. I don't think they ever say, yeah, I want to play the campaign. No, they just want to get on Warzone and play with their friends and talk shit because they want to. You know what I mean? So it's really hard. And then obviously when you have older people too, like a lot of, older people, they don't really care about the campaign. Sometimes they just want to play multiplayer. But at the end of the day, you do have a huge following. You have a huge amount of people that want to play campaign, and them saying something like, we've segregated our players in the past. Yeah, I think you have. And I think that really is one of the most real things you've said in a long time. Now, we touched upon this in a previous video, but I think choosing Entrenched as the campaign mission is very strategic and it's good, right? Because some people might say, well, why not show Traffic, the one with Price and Valeria? Well, because if we show Traffic, I think that's probably going to spoil what happens with Price, with Valeria, what their deal is, the maybe intricacies of Archer, like that'll spoil a lot. And, you don't want major spoilers for that story that's so big that so many people want to wait for. You want something different. Entrenched is more of a large scale, big war. You got Korea, you got trenches, machine guns, you got fucking tanks exploding everywhere. Like, you have a lot of stuff, right? And you get to see and traverse that world with a brand new unit. So I'm really, really excited to play that. And I don't know that it's going to give us that much about what's going on the outside world. Because if you're playing as these, Marines that had just got hit with this invasion, your first thoughts are survive, figure out our next point, and see what happens next. How do we stop this? You don't really know what's going on. Now, if you're Captain Price, you know kind of everything that's fucking going on, so you're going to be talking about it and whatever. When you're playing as these Marines, you're just concentrated on surviving and getting to the next point. So you're not talking about, oh my God, like what happened with Makarov? Oh my God, what happened? You're not. Right? You're not. You're just concentrated on what the fuck's in front of you. So I think it's very strategic that you get to show Entrenched. And again, I'm just happy that they're showing us something here. I'm just happy that the campaign player gets to play something and explore something and have fun in this beta as well. I guess if you take a look at it, why would you never have a campaign in the beta, right? I mean, Call of Duty isn't just multiplayer. It isn't just Warzone. It is campaign too. And once again, the campaign player is always fucking forgotten. So this is a really good step forward. And then one thing that I found really interesting is that Jackie Reynolds said, I've always loved campaigns as a way to set the tone for the game. And even though that's a very small quote, even though that's a very small thought, that is something that I have been saying over the last few videos specifically. I always state that the campaign sets the tone for the entire Call of Duty game. When you play Black Ops 2 and the world and everything, you're thinking, oh yeah, Menendez and David Mason set the tone for that story, and everything that's happening in the multiplayer, everything that's happening in this game, you're always going to remember it because the campaign was so good. When you think about Modern Warfare 2019, you're thinking about the campaign and how good it was, how good Clean House was, how good, the reboot version of Captain Price was, Alex Keller. Like, those are the things that you remember. Those are the things that are memorable about these fucking Call of Duty games. So yes, the campaign sets the tone for the entire game, and this Call of Duty here will be remembered if it gives us a good campaign. Modern Warfare 3 is mostly remembered for the terrible campaign that they gave us in 2023, with Captain Price feeling absolutely terrible, Makarov feeling like a bad villain. I mean, that's what you remember. So I really like that they're in tune with what the campaign is for the world of Call of Duty. Now, the third question, or the third point of conversation here, was once again the confirmation of DMZ taking place after the campaign. They said that everything ties together nicely, and basically it confirms to us that everything that happens, whether it is with Laswell, whether it is with Shadow Company, with Ghost, with Graves, with CIA, Price going rogue, Price surviving, dying, or going to prison, anything that happens at the end of Modern Warfare 4, DMZ is going to be the starting point of the next story, of the next chapter, because DMZ takes place after the campaign. And I like that because it forces DMZ and the world that you're living in to live with whatever choices the campaign makes. And I think that's really interesting. And it gives us more of a tension-filled DMZ. It gives us more point to go and try DMZ. For example, I am a campaign player through and through. Would I play DMZ if it wasn't connected to the campaign? Maybe not. Maybe I'd give it a try, but now I'm going to play it and I'm going to spend some time with it and I'm going to find little lore snippets and I'm going to find conversations and try to listen to that. Like, I'm very excited to play DMZ because it continues the story. It takes place after the story. So these things are really cool, right? These things are, it just kind of gives us an idea of where, you know, the developers are, what some of their choices are. And I wanted to cover that here for you guys today, this morning, in a very short video, something very quick so you guys could kind of see what's going on with the multiplayer, with the campaign side of things for the beta. But yes, later today the beta releases. We will be covering that. I mean, I'll try to go as quick as I can, but I definitely also want to take the time to really enjoy and play the mission. I think you guys should as well. So I will get something out. Maybe it's later at night today regarding Entrenched. We might play the whole thing together and then we might do a breakdown of it, you know, tomorrow. I'm not sure how I'm gonna tackle that, but very excited to play. Hopefully you guys are too. So I will see you again later today.